is up, Sex Beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and today we're going to be talking about Amm-O-Matic and how we could actually make it better if it was actually ever in zombies. So if you guys don't know what Amm-O-Matic is, it was actually a cut perk from Derice, and what it would have done was cost 10,000 points, and as soon as you would have bought it, it would have gave you a max ammo, and it could only be bought once. So it's basically like a one-time only max ammo for 10,000 points. What you are seeing right now on screen is what it would have looked like if it was actually implemented into the game. Now who knows why they took it out, probably because they just didn't like the idea of you buying a max ammo, they'd rather have you earn it. And then they sure eventually did change their ways, because now we have like a million ways to get a max ammo. But back in the day, max ammos were very, very rare to come by, and if you ever got a max ammo without telling your friends to reload, you were going to get yelled at. Well, we're going to be talking about how we can actually make the Amm-O-Matic thing better and more suitable for zombie use. So Amm-O-Matic 2.0, how exactly would this work? So I know there's a lot of different ways to get max ammos nowadays. There's gobblegum, there's basically just gobblegum. That's really one of the main ways of getting more ammo, or you can pick up a drop. So how would Amm-O-Matic sort of work with giving us more ammo that doesn't really do the same thing that gobblegum does or anything like that? So what I was thinking was, one, Amm-O-Matic could sort of regen your ammo over time. So this perk could cost like 10,000, and maybe like once every, I don't know, like 10 seconds you get one bullet or something like that. And then maybe if you have like the wonder weapon, maybe it's like once every minute or something, I don't know. You have to sort of tweak it around and play with it to figure out the times and what gun gets what ammo at what time. But definitely for like SMGs or something like that, maybe one bullet every 10 seconds, and for like the Wonder Waff or something like that, maybe one bullet for every minute or two. You know, you gotta kind of even it out so it's not too OP, so that way you're just not like running around in one circle for like a minute and then you're full of Wonder Waff ammo. You don't want that. You kind of want to make it a little bit less OP to where it's not going to be game changing, but you still are gradually getting ammo as you just play zombies. So that could be the first way, you know, you just get ammo over time. Or number two, which I kind of like, and this is very similar to anti-alchemical antithesis, or whatever the fuck it's called. I can't ever pronounce that stupid gobblegum. But this one doesn't rely on points, this one goes strictly off of kills. So maybe for every certain amount of kills, let's just say 50, you get one full magazine and or clip. So if you have the thunder gun, you get 4 free shots. Or if you have the Wonder Waff, I think it's like 6 shots, you get 6 free shots for every 50 kills. But whatever weapon you actually have out when you get that 50 kill, that's what weapon's going to get refilled. So if you actually only have like the starting pistol out, you're going to get refilled on the starting pistol. And it's only like one magazine, clip, whatever weapon you're using, whatever the fuck the thunder gun has. You're only going to be able to fill up that gun for however much it actually holds before you have to reload. And again, you'd probably have to tweak it around so that way it's not too overpowered. So maybe for like the thunder gun, maybe you have to actually get like 100 kills or something like that. And maybe for like SMGs, it's like 20 kills. I don't know, I'm just throwing out random numbers, but that would be pretty cool. Getting a certain amount of kills rewards you with ammo. And the last one is actually sort of from Moon, and it's actually based off of the Hacker, which if you guys didn't know, if you have the Hacker and Moon, you can actually hack drops. I think it's like 5,000 points or something like that. You pay a certain amount to hack a drop and you turn it into a max ammo. This is what Amm-O-Matic would do. You go up to a drop and then you can change it into something else. So it's sort of like the gobblegum respin cycle in a way, or like the question mark gobblegum, which I cannot remember the name, except for it worked with drops and you just go up to it and you can change it. So if you have a nuke, you go up to that nuke and you can change it and it might get you a max ammo. Now then you'd have to play with the name of Amm-O-Matic because that really wouldn't work, so maybe Rando-Matic or something like that, or Rambo-Matic. Ooh, Rambo-Matic, that sounds cool. You'd have to probably play around with it, and maybe if you have this perk, your chances for getting drops have actually increased. So hypothetically, let's say that you have a 10% chance of getting a drop, which is probably wrong. I don't know what the chance of getting drops are, but maybe this increases it from 10% to like 30% or something like that. You just have a greater chance of getting drops, and if you actually get a drop, you go up to it, you hold X or something like that, you actually change it, no cost, you just change it to a random different drop, and you might get max ammo. So Rambo-Matic, man, Rambo-Matic 2.0. I don't know, those are just some theories about how we could implement Amm-O-Matic and not make it too OP to where it's like we have a gobblegum every 10 seconds or something like that, but we don't want to make it too lame so no one gets it. So Amm-O-Matic would actually be a pretty good perk. You wouldn't have to rely so heavily on gobblegum and stuff like that, and it would actually just be pretty fun to use. So I'm very curious to know, what do you guys think? And if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. Peace.